What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about if you are in a situationship with a guy and it's not progressing towards something serious, a relationship. He doesn't see you as girlfriend material. What is he thinking? Why? Where's the blockage? What's going on? Or actually, what he's going to try to do. Okay, so if I sidestep here, you're going to see what you think is a decaying tooth, but it's supposed to be a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Bear with me here, okay? It's not a decaying tooth. So the way the brain works, especially with men in dating, like I say in every one of my videos, what are we looking for? We're looking for advantages, okay? The way that basically looks is assets minus liabilities, okay? Assets minus liabilities, okay? I guess over costs, I guess you can say this, and you'll see what I mean by that, okay? So assets are things that bring us closer towards our goal as an organism, which is to survive and find a mate. So, to mate. So assets could be your amazing personality. It could be you raise my status. It could be you deal with my bullshit. It can be, us hooking up all the time. You being really good at hooking up. You being super fucking fine. It could be a million things. Now, liabilities are the other side, the things that a man feels, that doesn't mean it's always the case, but a man feels takes him away from where he's trying to go, the survival and reproduction type of thing. So that could be a woman that's high-strung and drama and, overly jealous and clingy and needy and crazy, and long distance sometimes can do that. Age gaps sometimes, like there's a lot of things. Again, not saying all those things are always the case. For example, long distance or age gap. Some people are okay with that. Nothing wrong with it. It is what it is. Now, the cost is, I guess, the division between those two things. What a man asks is, are these assets worth these liabilities? Okay? And if this is not lining up, meaning you want the most of these and the lowest of those, okay? That's very unrealistic to have all this and zero that. No one's perfect, but that is what we're striving to be. But a man has to believe that the assets are worth the liabilities. And again, it's much easier to do that when you have limited those and higher these. But once a man feels that, right, well, then you can go into this category. If he's emotionally available and wanting a relationship, you can go into that category. Now, what happens if that's not the case? What happens if you do not have this going on, or he's semi-emotionally unavailable, unsure, and you can't get there? Well, now he's thinking, well, how can I get one without the other? Meaning, how can I get this without paying that? So an example of that would be, how can I hook up with her and not be her boyfriend? Right, so here's what a guy does. So I have assets and liabilities here, and I have the sandwich. The reason I have the sandwich is because I usually use the analogy as my clients that when you're a kid, and you want the sandwich, you might not want the crust. So what do? They kind of get rid of the crust, okay? Doesn't mean they're going to throw away the whole sandwich because they still want the sandwich. They like the peanut butter jelly, so they're going to eat this and get rid of the crust. That's what men are trying to do. If you're talking to a guy and you are not girlfriend material, and the way you know this is if you're talking to a guy for 8 weeks and you are not his girlfriend, I don't care what the effing reason is, and you are not his girlfriend, okay, you're a peanut butter jelly without the crust. That's what you are. Let's put a big old Y. Let me rub it in. Let me put a big YOU right here. You're a peanut butter jelly without the crust, okay? And so what he's going to try to do is find a way to get these things and not those. There's 2 ways a guy usually does that. So under this, it's time, right? And it's with hope. So let me give you examples of that. He will buy time. He will say things like, I really like you. I'm more focused on my studies and getting out of med school right now. But if you want to see where this goes and talk, we can do like whatever, something like that. Or I'm not in a financial situation, or financial hardship, whatever. Kind of sucks right now. I'm not in the headspace for a relationship, but I really do like having you around. Maybe if I get out this week and do that, blah, 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 right? Whatever it is. Or I think we're moving, simple ones. I think we're just moving too fast. Even though it's been 2 months, I think we're moving too fast. I need a little more time. People move at different spaces. Can you give me a little more time? That's a little more reasonable one. So he'll do things like that. And then as you can hear some of the things I was saying, right? It builds on hope. So for example, I think 2 months is a little fast. I need a little more time, but I do enjoy what we have and I want to see where it goes. He's going to do that. He's going to build some hope. Or like I said, I'm really busy with school right now. It doesn't mean I don't like you. I like hanging out with you. Let's just see what happens, see where it goes. He wants to give you hope. And then that's through words, through actions, what that looks like. This happens all the time. Women come to me all the time with this. And I used to do this. It is what it is. Where if you guys agree to a situationship or something like that, friends of benefits or no title, and you're talking and he's treating you really well, hanging out, have fun, hooking up, he's consistent, he's taking you on, he's doing all these things, but there's no talk about a relationship, there's agreement to friends of benefits and situationship and casual, blah, blah, blah. He's going to treat you really well. Now, why is he going to do that? Because he's a smart cookie. He knows I'm in a really good position. We're not talking about relationships, but I'm still getting the benefits of a relationship. I'm going to treat her good because technically I'm not in a relationship. So yeah, let's do that, right? So that's going to happen a lot. And women will come to me and be like, Elliot, he likes me. He treats me like his girlfriend. Well, yeah, no shit, just because of what I just said. Of course he's going to do that. He's in a very good position. He doesn't want to ruin that. And again, actions like that give a woman hope. So women, in a nutshell, just to sum this up, 2 things. Number 1, what he is doing is he's trying to have his cake and eat it too. He's trying to have his peanut butter jelly without the crust. What men want to do is they don't see the assets worth the cost of the liabilities. If he doesn't see it's worth the cost, you're not over here. If he does see that and he's emotionally available once a relationship, you're over here. If he doesn't, he's going to ask himself, well, how do I get one without the other? And then you're going to see a guy trying to go this, cut corners. He's going to focus on buying more time because if you guys are already intimate, hanging out, having fun, hooking up, right, then he just needs more time because he gets that for longer. It's just like asking your landlord to extend the, hey, I'll pay you next week type of thing. And he's going to give you hope because hope is the anchor that keeps us at shore. That's why I always say it keeps us hooked, okay? So he's going to try to find a way to have his cake and eat it too. If that's the case, ladies, like I said, the second thing, if you're talking to a dude in his 2 months, and you're not his girlfriend, we got a problem. I know what he's doing. Trust me. So with that being said, if you want to work with yours truly, link is down below. 1-hour session, confidential, just you and me. We can deep dive into this and figure out what's going on in your exact specific situation so you have clarity, you can sleep well, or you can get my guides, links down below. I have like 9 guides for the price of 1. Ladies, I love you all. Take care and peace.